You can do it on YouTube now. Okay, folks, let's see, example number 2. Now look, like I said on the last video, they're going to give us the thing multiplied out and ask us to factor it. They're asking us to go back now. But to do that, we need to ask ourselves a few questions. Is the first term a square? Yes. Okay, well, it may be a perfect square. Is the second term a square? Yes. Okay, well, it still may be a perfect square. Is the middle term twice the product of these two? Okay, that's the part we're going to need to explain. All right, so let's look at this. I'm going to split the screen in half, and I'm going to apparently break it. All right, let's see. Let me ask you this. Maddie, is the first number a perfect square? Okay, what's its square root? 2x. So I'm going to put 2x in the front of each. All right? Maddie, is the last term a perfect square? It is. What is the square root? 5. Okay? Now, Maddie, let me ask you this. Looking at this and this, should these signs both be negative or both be positive? They should both be negative. Okay. Now, you want to take the first term and multiply it by the second one. Multiply a times b. What do I get, Emma, when I multiply a times b? I get negative 10x. And then double it. Well, wait, if I double negative 10x, doesn't that give me negative 20x? Right? Is that right? Okay, so I multiplied together and I got negative 10x, and then I doubled it and got negative 20x. Does that match where we started? Good. So it is a perfect square. And then we write it like a perfect square. 2x minus 5 squared. Done. Now let's try it again. Let's try it again. The first one was a perfect square. The second one was a perfect square. So we wrote it, and we saw that when we multiplied a times b and then doubled it, we got the thing in the middle. Let's see if that's what happens over here. Tucker, is the first one a perfect square? What is it a perfect square of? 8u and 8u. All right, so the first one's a perfect square. What about the second one? All right, what would it be? 9v and 9v. Now, Tucker, looking at these two signs, what should these two signs be? All right, so they should both be pluses. All right. Now, the thing I'm looking for is this. 72uv. All right. Max, what do I get when I multiply 8u times 9v? 72 uv. All right, but we still have to double it. So double 72 uv. What does that give you? 100 and something. That is true. 144 uv, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking for?
No.
It's not. So this is not a perfect square. We can't factor it that way. Okay? Thanks, Matt. All right? That's all we needed to do. As soon as we multiplied these two and got 72, we don't have to know what it is doubled. We know it's not 72. Right? So we know it's not a perfect square. Does that make sense? When we're factoring those things back, Emma's going like this kind of maybe. We're going to get some more practice from it. The first part of the homework asks us to do this, to square them mentally, right, using the pattern. The second part of the homework asks us to do this, factor them, unmultiply them, see if they are perfect squares. This first one was a perfect square, but this one was certainly not. Okay?
So is that the answer? It's not a
This is not, it says decide whether each trinomial is a perfect square. This one is not a perfect square.